Is 100 million enough? That is the question on everyone's mouths today.
All right,
Due
but
to
why is that the question though?
because Mr. Odell Beckham Jr., one of my favorite athletes and probably one of most people's favorite athletes growing up, um, for the bravado, for his skill level, for everything he kind of brought to the game of football and sports. He has literally come out and said that 100 million doesn't guarantee generational wealth after taxes because it's really not 100 mil, it's 60 mil. I have sat there and gone, my brother, 60 mil is still enough.
Yeah,
After, do you get what I mean? Because if you give me 10, sorry, don't even give me 10. If you give me 3 million, I can turn that into generational wealth.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you say 100 million is not enough, or 60 million, let's say 60 million, for instance, is not enough? But this all comes back to how you're living, because you know that you're not going to be paid this for the rest of your life. In fact, but you can make yourself pay this for the rest of your life if you want to be. If you put the money in the right areas, obviously risk, but you have more risk factor. You have more risk aversion if you have that money. You can do a lot more things. You said before you're in specific rooms that make you more money from just being in there. Your name itself, who you are, makes you more money. You can monetize off more things. For instance, like those guys could start a YouTube account and get 500,000 subscribers super fast. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean? And then you're just monetizing. It's not the same money you're making in the NFL, but I'm just saying options. You have real estate options to invest your money into. Like, I don't see how, me personally, you can't say 60 mil or 100 mil gross is not generational wealth.
Yeah. Well, again, like you said, one, it is. That's the first point. And then two is how he's utilized his money, how he's invested his money. And then the flip side to that is how he's just spent his money. Obviously, we don't know his finances, but it could be those things where he made that statement, was it on a podcast or whatever? And then it's now because he's reflecting. It's either two things. He's reflecting because one, that money is not as attainable anymore, and he might have wasted it, or then two, he's probably speaking from a sense of educating everyone that no, I'm fine financially, but it's not enough
Yes.
for generational wealth. So again, obviously, the more money you earn, the more like your expectations, your what you buy in terms of what you're accustomed to, especially in terms of that lifestyle. Like he's a brand himself, innit? Like he can that's why it was weird, like seeing his statement. I didn't see the clip, but I actually saw it, read it, sorry, and I was like, brother, you were like the biggest brand in the NFL for years. Like you were a bigger brand than the quarterbacks.
100%. It was
Like
like he was the guy. And
he was the face of the NFL.
I think he still might have the most followers out of all NFL players.
Yeah,
Like his reach is crazy. Like as you said, he is a brand. He was the man at Nike for NFL. He had his own shoe. Like how many NFL players have their own shoe with Nike?
yeah,
Do you get what I mean? Like he was culture. He was in New York. He was in the right place.
yeah. To
Like,
monetize even more. So
yeah,
regardless of the tactics, bro, like you'll make up for it.
man. Like he was literally going to be, and I can't say he didn't. He did what he needed to do in certain aspects. Injuries killed his career, but you can't sit there and say 100 million is not generational when we all know that how many people in this world are going to ever make 100 million how many people ever are
Yeah,
going to make
yeah.
100 million?
Yeah, in the context of non-athletes or people that money is not attainable to, it seems like a ludicrous statement to make, innit? You get me? And I think I think I saw he put a tweet up last night. I can't remember the quote or whatever, but it's just like you need to understand why people don't agree with you or why people are pushing back. And I feel like athletes or wealthy people, sometimes they're just in a bubble where no, whatever they say is right. Like no one understands it and blah blah blah. That's the impression he was given in terms of that. Like 100 million is generational. Like I'm gonna use his ex teammate as an example, Saquon Barkley. I think obviously after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, And then throughout the summer, they were talking. I can't remember what show I was watching, but they were talking about like Saquon's workload in terms of because he won the Super Bowl, how well he performed, how much like extra endorsements he started to get, and just being busy with like different brands and stuff.
Mm.
And then I remember reading something um about Saquon's investments and stuff like all the different things he's been investing in over the years, or like since he came into the league. And these are brands that like we haven't heard of, but their value is so high. Like most of them that I read, I was like, I've never seen it, never read it, never heard of it, anything like that. And I think I saw a quote, if I'm not mistaken, Saquon saying the only reason why he was able to invest in these brands is because of who he is. Or as an NFL player, he was with the Giants, like Odell was. Um, if he wasn't him, he wouldn't have been in these rooms to meet these people that are kind of niche. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like again, me saying I've not heard of some of these brands, these investments and stuff like that, and I don't think most people had. And it's just like Saquon's money is he's I think he's making more money from his brands and investments than he's making in the NFL. Obviously, he only recently got his
The big
big
deal.
contracts,
Mm.
so his his money is making money. And
Which is what you meant to do.
yeah, like when you're in that position, like I'm not saying everyone that plays for the Giants, but when you're Odell Beckham Jr., you're Saquon Barkley, regardless of how pants the team is, like as long
Yeah.
as you perform, things are coming your like you said, Odell's one of the few players that actually got a a shoe by Nike in the NFL. That's very rare.
Right, and I know he went to war with Nike and he had his disagreement, but you could have signed. You are the person in the NFL that could have signed a lifetime deal. Do you
Hmm.
get what I mean? Because of your influence on the youth, on people in general. How many people dyed their hair blonde, did the same hairstyle as you? Because of the influence that you had, you could have really blown the game out the water. And he kind of did in certain aspects. But you're now saying this. So how much were you spending or how much have you been spending all these years
Hmm.
to blow through? I know he hasn't blown through the money. I know he's still financially good. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I know he's happy with how much money he's probably still got like 50 mil, but he's probably saying from a perspective, oh, the money doesn't last, which is probably educational, as you said earlier, to the upcoming ones. But he was the guy.
Hmm.
You just said it. You can get in certain rooms when you're somebody, and Odell can get in any room. His best friend is Drake.
Yeah.
Like, if your best friend is Drake, bro, you're now in every room in the world. You're
Hmm.
dealing with a billionaire. Like, there's nothing you can't get into, and that's why I'm saying he's good. That's why I'm saying he's good for life, regardless. But I'm also on the perspective of, bro, you've also dated a Kardashian. Look at the rooms they're in. Like the high profile access you've had with certain people,
Hmm.
do you get what I mean? Like you can't say that 60 mil, 100 mil is not generational because the opportunities you've had to 10x that money,
Hmm.
others never will see.
Hmm.
Do you get what I mean? Others dream of
Facts.
because you made the catch, because it all came off the catch, because of your skill level, because of what you put in on the field, what you
Hmm.
could have got off the field. Saquon is one that's done it. You see like players, old school players like Keyshawn Johnson.
Yeah.
Um, look, they didn't make that much money back in the day, but Keyshawn Johnson, they basically said he owes half of LA. Do you get what I mean?
It's crazy, bro.
You, you saw Magic Johnson. They didn't make the money that you're making in the NBA now. Magic's a billionaire. So you can't sit there and say that certain things aren't generational when you've got the head start before the billionaires that were billionaires now. That were from the same place.
He's even got the head start ahead of his peers because of who, again, everything you highlighted about him. Like, he was the face of the NFL. He
Mm-hmm.
was arguably the most. He was competing with NBA athletes in terms of his exposure and brand to the non-US market. Well, I'd say to the UK market. Like, and that's do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't a big NFL fan early on, as to the way I am now. Early on in his career, for instance, but because of him, you check in here and like we knew people knew of Odell. On you of the NFL because of Odell partly as well.
bro.
So
I,
yeah,
I I think like a lot of people think about it. Rana came on. We were speaking about NFL. She said, "Oh yeah, I only know Odell."
literally, yeah, you're right. So
Do you
for
get
our
what I mean?
listeners and viewers, this is when we did our world championships. One of our guests, literally, Jacob's just saying, she said she only knows of Odell, and we're like, bro, Odell hasn't really been a mainstay in the NFL for probably the last 5 years.
And that's the thing. But everyone still knows Odell Beckham Jr. So that is like the pool he has. And I think like, once he really, I think he's realized it, but I just don't think the statement's correct. And I don't have the direct statement in front of me to say what he's really said, but obviously what he's been come out and said in a nutshell is you said 100 mil is not enough, but brother, you of all people could have been the one to be a billionaire.
You just say non-quarterback, yeah,
Yeah,
or
like you,
even half a billion.
that there should be you of all people as a wide receiver should have been the one
Mm.
because you were carrying the brand of the NFL on your back. You were in the rooms. You're with
In a
LeBron.
losing team.
Exactly. And then you went to Cleveland, and people were watching the Browns. It's like people watching the Browns now because of Shador. But it's the
Yeah,
same. You know what I mean? Like people are watching games because of you.
and
And then
like
you,
even in Cleveland, right or wrong with him and the Baker Mayfield situation, people sided with Odell because it's Odell.
mm-hmm, exactly. And all the fashion opportunities. Like before Odell was doing all these things, yeah. Like even though he's done a naked shoot with ESPN, which only a few athletes get. It's a mad shoot, but only a few athletes actually get it. He used to do like bare modeling with loads of companies before Odell, and I didn't see NFL players doing it. Like now we see loads of NFL players doing it. Stephon Diggs, and
Mhm,
you get what I mean. You see the NFL players around that. Tyrod Taylor, for instance, around the fashion scene.
mhm.
But before it was NBA players
Yeah.
and just NBA players alone because their face is out there. Then Odell was like one of the first I saw anyway. It might not have been, but one of the first I saw to be transitioning into everything that's not just American football.
Yeah.
Fashion, music, culture, mixed in with the sport. Like he had the world literally in his hands. So
Bro, even the French Open, he was with Carlos
Alvarez,
Alcaraz, like when
recently,
Alcaraz, do you know what I mean? Like, and wasn't that around obviously the summer they had no the wasn't that around the Paris Fashion Week and stuff like that, or
yeah,
around that time frame? So it's just like because of who you are, you're still not where you should be in those rooms at those tables. What like Odell can shout any superstar in the world and say, "Yeah, let's invest in this," or let's if he put up a good business plan, just for argument's sake, not saying he hasn't. I'm sure most people will be like, "Let's go for it," because of
yeah,
his name.
because off of his likeness, you're gonna probably make money.
Yeah.
Like he was one of the first to take his wage in Bitcoin from the
Yeah.
Rams. Do you get what I mean? Like he has pioneered a load of different things and he's changed the game in how we view it. Dancing celebrations. I know that came from Ocho and back in the day, but he really like brought the fun back into the game.
It's funny you
Um,
said that. I was watching a video. It might have been this morning or yesterday, or Keon Coleman dancing in the warm up, and I was like,
and
"This was literally spitting Odell." Do you know what I mean?
you know what's funny? You brought up warm ups. Remember, people used to go to watch Odell before the game warm up because of the one handed catches.
Yep,
Do you remember like people go to watch Steph Curry before the game to see the mad shots he makes in the
yep,
warm up? They used to be going to watch your warm up.
bro. Pro Bowl. People were watching the warm up because Odell was dancing in the warm up for the
This is
fans,
it. Like,
and like
I,
his peers are in awe of him in the warm up.
mhm. I don't think he realizes what he can do. Like with his brand is so big. Like anything. That's why I say anything he says. Like that specifically things like that are going to be taken like, bro, how can you say that of all people? How can you say that? Because you should be the one that should be up there, up there, up there. You should be making these. You could be making quarterback money off the field
Mm,
each year
yeah.
whilst you're not playing. You get what I
Right.
mean? You don't need to be in the NFL to play to get this money.
Because now he's eligible back to be playing. Because weren't he serving like a ban?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought the
But
Bills might sign him. You never know.
even then, it'll be tough now at 33. But flipping, yeah, it's just obviously again don't know the context as to why he said what he said because I've actually not watched it. I've just read it, and then I know he's put up a response. I don't know if you've got it in front of you or anything. Um, what
The
he happened
tweet,
to say, yeah, on Twitter. I remember seeing something, but it's like, brother.
the
But
tweet.
him just being criticized over this, this again shows how big of a name he is. He's being criticized on multiple platforms. It's hitting news stations and stuff like that because it's
Mhm.
him. Like I'm seeing the Mirror US, BET, Daily Mail,
Right.
ESPN. Do you know what I mean?
Let some random player say this. No one ain't giving a
No
dash.
one gives a damn, bro.
Okay, yeah, you don't know. You don't know what he's talking about.
That's it.
Odell is 33 out of the NFL right now, saying things, and is still gaining traction. His tweet was, "Boy, you can't say nothing in this world nowadays. That's why I've been in my own lane, my own world, and put away. People love to take shit completely out of context to rationalize a statement in their own head that makes sense to them. What a world."
Mm,
So you know,
but-
here's what it is. But
no, it is. I do you know what? I hope instead of him being on, no, I wouldn't even say on the back foot, on the defensive foot. I hope he comes out and explains as to why he said it. Maybe he did when he made the statement in it, but like it'll be good educational wise coming from him as well, because the fact that it's hitting all these outlets, media outlets, newspapers, etc. People are going to be interested as to why it was said
mhm,
or anything he's got to follow up with it, even if he doubles down.
yeah, yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I just feel like when you're that big of a name, everything you say is going to be scrutinized, and this
Yeah.
is why we always have to give credit to LeBron James because he has never ever done anything out of line. Do you get what I mean? And unless he's wanted to, like
Yeah,
when he's gone to Stephen A, that's him going at Stephen A. He's wanted to do it, and this is when he's a 41-year-old man. He's saying, "Bro, everyone, I'm just tired now."
on you, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, but you know, I hope Odell can have his day back in the league. I don't know. Hey,
Yes, it's tough. It's tough.
he
Mm.
can make a few good. Hey, the Ravens are usually the team that will take Tennessee. Tennessee would take him. You know,
I
Tennessee
mean,
like
the
to.
Ravens had him 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but you know, maybe bring him back just for one last hurrah.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, I would say the Panthers, but nah.
Mate, any team that does it will probably be a losing team and do it for butts on the seats because he'll
Yeah,
be able to.
The Titans should do it.
Yeah, no, or the Saints. He's from Baton Rouge, so
Yeah, it's true. I'm surprised he never actually went there because Jarvis Landry went back there, didn't he?
yeah,
That's
but
another one.
LSU guys did it.
Yeah, that's another one that kind of fell out of the NFL weirdly.
Weird. I was thinking of this in the off season at some point. I don't know why we didn't speak about it. I was like, why is Jarvis Landry still not in the league?
Because it's not like he fell off, you know.
Yeah,
He didn't fall off at all. But then it's just like he can't get a job anywhere. And I was like, what the hell? Even the other one, a guy that was at the Saints, and I can't remember his name, and I should.
Michael
Used to wear the
Thomas,
yes. He had an unbelievable year and then it just went to shit.
bro. He's if I'm not mistaken, he's got the most receiving yards in a 5 year span or in the first 5 years in the NFL. And either someone's just picked it or I think Justin Jefferson's compete. I can't remember. I remember seeing Michael Thomas's name pop up for some stat.
Yeah, bro. I don't know what went on.
Let me actually. 'Cause Landry's only 33.
He just dropped out of the NFL. So odd.
Yeah.
Where was he
Well,
last
Michael Thomas still holds the NFL record for most receptions in the season.
year? Okay.
Yeah, it's just yeah. It was Michael Thomas was more so much injury and stuff like that, but like Landry, when I was like, he
He,
can
has,
still play. Maybe they thought 33, not
he ain't played
anymore.
since he was 30, you know? He ain't played since 2022.
Landry,
Yeah.
he,
But
yeah.
I said that the drop out of the league was so odd. It was like he was at the Saints. I remember he didn't get picked up in the offseason from
Mm,
leaving the Browns. And he was at the Saints for that 1 year. And the Saints being the Saints, I'm sure this is the year then Drew Brees retired and Jameis was playing quarterback for them. And it's just the Saints were just being the Saints. They weren't great. And then that was it. And I was like, he's serviceable for a team still, you know. I was in my head, that's what I kept on thinking. I was thinking, he is good enough to be somewhere.
mm. Yeah, for you to say what 2, 3 years, that's actually imagine, huh? Flipping
Because he
out.
just dropped out the league just so odd. And he was, I didn't really understand it. I didn't even understand why the Browns released him because he was their one. He was actually their number one receiver.
I mean, the Browns, then they don't really, they're known to not make the best of decisions, are they? So, hey,
Mm.
where
Yeah, it's
anyway,
weird.
Odell, I hope you come out and give us something. Do you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, no, it's interesting that he did say that. Just give me 100 mil and I'll show you I can make it generational wealth, even if I have no idea as to why right now. But yes,
Bro.
give me 5 mil a year for 5 years, and yeah,
Oh, bro.
yeah.
I tell you.